Welcome to this strength and sit workout. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start with a warm-up, and then we're going to do a block of 3 different exercises, one for our upper body, one for our core, and one for our lower body. And we're going to do that for 45 seconds and 15 seconds in between for 3 rounds using a set of dumbbells. And then we move on to the sprinting interval training. And now we're going to do the same exercise 3 rounds, then a new exercise for 1 round, and a final one for a new exercise for 1 more round, making this into a sprinting interval training for 5 rounds in all, where we're working for the 30 seconds on and the 2 minutes recovery period. And then of course we're going to do some stretching at the end. So strength, the sprinting, and some stretching, and we're all good to go. So this is going to be a session where you're going to bring a good set of shoes, some water, a set of dumbbell, and an exercise mat. I will guide you all the way, so you're just going to bring your equipment, and we are ready to do the warm-up to get ourselves ready to do the strength and the sprint and the stretching. So let's go and do this one. Let's go with the warm-up before we're going to do the strength part. Starting out by doing some big arm circles and just a little slide of a movement from side to side, opening up in your chest area. Now we get up on our toes, opening up in our ankle joints. So make sure you keep your chin in and you have that connection with your core and your pelvic floor. Let's go for another few on each arm, 1 more on each, and bring both arms into play. And we're just gonna go a little bit more slow and wrap it up and pull it back for 4 more. Inhaling and exhaling, and a final 2 and 1 more. We're gonna lift our heel up, opening up in our hip area, and start warming up our knees. So just get that circulation going before we do the strength. So as mentioned, we can have 3 different kind of exercises. We're gonna do one for our upper body. That's gonna be some shoulder flies and some biceps curl. Then we're gonna do a ab and core focused exercise. And then at the end, we're gonna do some frog lifting where we are engaging our glute muscles. So that's what it's gonna be for the strength part, working for those 45 seconds and 15 seconds in between for 3 rounds. Let's bring our knee up in front and keep that slightly extension in your lower back, so not flexion, just because we are moving our knees up in front. Still those good arm swings, getting affected on our breathing, because we sure have to warm up as well for the sprint training. So lifting up, and we're gonna move our legs out to the side, just a little bit of a bounce here. Make sure that your thumbs are pointing up, because that's much better for your shoulder joint. And lifting up and bouncing from side to side. Keep that chin in and connection with your core and your pelvic floor. Go with 8 on right leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, opposite leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull that leg back with a straight knee now. So you get in contact with your glute muscle. So kind of kicking it back with a straight knee and straightening in your hip area. So bring it back for a final 8 and 7, 6, squeezing and combine it with a bit of a squeeze in your pelvic floor. 4 and 3, 2, and now we're just gonna put that heel in, opening up, and bring that toe up. Hands above shoulder level, and we're gonna push opposite arm up and opposite leg. Still with that good alignment, flexion, and pushing it up. And we're gonna go for 8 and 7, 6, 5, leaning back a bit, 4, 3, 2, and in to center. Hands on our thighs, going down for extension and back up again. So pulling shoulders back, chin is in, and pushing your weight back, and make sure that you push your buttocks back, Open up and slowly down again. Inhaling, exhaling, and let's go for 2 more. Up we go, and 1 more all the way up here. And a little bit of rotation here before we grab those dumbbells. My dumbbell is 7 kilo each, and that is 15 pounds. So you should bring dumbbells where you can do it with the best possible quality. I will just walk you through the 3 different kind of exercises, and then you can find what fits you the best for the dumbbells. Yes, and if you only have one kind of dumbbells, you can just, if that's a little bit too light, you can add with some band, some elastic band, so you can pull that along the way. And of course, you can just use one single dumbbell at the time if your dumbbell are too heavy. So the 3 exercises is gonna be a shoulder lift. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna do a lateral fly, and we're gonna go into a biceps curl. So what I meant about the band, you can take a band, just stand on it, wrap it around your hands, and then you can get some extra resistance doing the biceps curl and the shoulder fly for that exercise. Exercise number 2 is gonna be a full sit-up with knee lift. So we're gonna go down here with the dumbbell. We're gonna push our lower back down. I will be back for that one. We're gonna go up here, and then you're gonna stay up here, and you're gonna lift one leg up and slowly going back again. And the third and the final for the lower body, we're gonna put those dumbbells in here, and we're gonna lie down, and we're gonna lift single leg up until we feel that squeeze in our glute muscle. So that's gonna be the 3 exercises for today with the strength part, starting with the upper body. And you are just gonna get ready in here, and I will find the timer with the 45 seconds on, and of course the 15 seconds in between. 3 rounds, then you're done the strength, and we move on to the sprint, and then we finish off. So let's go. It's gonna count down for 10 seconds. Here we are, and starting with those shoulder flies to a biceps curl. So leaning a bit forward, 3, 2, and up we go. So bring it up here and in for a biceps curl. So squeezing, lifting arms up. And as we do the biceps curl, we get into a straight position. So up we go, lifting our chest up, leaning forward, still with a straight back, and keep your alignment here, engaging, inhaling and exhaling. Feel that squeeze in your muscles. Bring it up, bring it front and out to the side. 8 seconds, squeezing and feel your way all the way through. And back up. Now you're only going to use one dumbbell for the next exercise. This is where you lie all the way down, hands up above head, and you push your lower back down into the exercise mat. And here we go, pushing it down. And as we are up here, we're going to lift one leg and go back again. So bring it up, squeezing, squeezing, slowly lower it back down. And make sure you're not lifting with your head. You're just gonna keep that chin in. Up we go, lifting, lifting, slowly back down again. Yep, it's kind of a balance trick here. Squeezing, pushing, lower back down. Inhaling, up we go again. Yes, 5 more seconds. Ready to turn around, and here we are. So dumbbell, 1 in each. Here we go, in here. Yes, it's kind of a little bit of a circus, turning around, and make sure you pull your heels up towards your buttocks. So bending your knees, flexion in your knees, so you get that grab and wrap around your dumbbell. For some people, it's better have hands up here to a little bit of support. So we're gonna squeeze that glute as we're lifting up, but you're also gonna engage your core by just pulling that belly button towards your spine. So Bring it up, squeezing slowly down again. Nose pointing down. Up we go. Feel your glutes. Oh, sorry about that. Feel your glutes every time you are moving that foot up towards the ceiling. Yes. Then we are back on our feet. And we're gonna go for a second round with the biceps curl and the shoulder flies. Yep, leaning back forward a bit, and up we go. And straight position, squeezing. Yes, it's always good to shuffle things up. So sometimes it's good to start with the sprint and get that heart rate elevated, and sometimes it's good to start with the strength, because we always have the most energy and power in the beginning of a session, of course. So sometimes it's good to start with different kind of ways, so we get a variation over time. Yep, 7 seconds left. Bring it up and slowly to the side. Only one dumbbell for the next exercise, for the ab and the core. Do remember to push your lower back into that exercise mat to get the contraction in your abs. Lifting up, staying put here for the balance, and slowly back again. Chin is in. Pushing it back, lifting up. Yes. Squeezing. And up we go for a final 20 seconds. You can always go with not just one leg lifted if that fits you better. It's all about engaging in your core. 5 seconds. Yes. And here we are. So now we gotta speed it up to go around here. You can of course always do the exercise with no dumbbells for this one, and bring your arms wherever it fits you best. Ready to lift it up. Squeezing, and a good flexion in your knee. Keep that dumbbell into place. Up we go, and you should stay up here until you feel that squeeze in your glute muscle. Nose pointing down, squeezing, and of course engage your core for the good lower back position. Equal amount, so if you started with your right leg, do remember to finish off with your left leg. Up we go. 4, 3, 2, yes. And we can't hardly believe it, but we are at round number 3, our final round. So up we go. Back up on our feet, some agility training as well. We need to do it fast. And let's go for this one. So final one for our upper body. Squeezing, engaging. And inhale. Yes, get lots of energy to do the exercise. Pushing it up. Slowly down. You are in control of that movement. And of course, your breathing. Engaging core. Bring it up. And only 6 seconds left. And here we are. Yes. Sitting, or more correctly, lying down. Working with that lower back push down to the exercise mat. Chin in, arms up, and push it back out. So as you are lifting those arms up above, it's natural to get into a little bit of extension, but this is where you gotta push it down and keep the tightness. Up we go, lifting both legs up and slowly down again. Final round for this one. squeezing, squeezing, slowly down. Work your way, and shoulders are down even though you're holding the dumbbell up. 10 more seconds. Push it down here, lift it up. Yes, turn around. One more. Then you get a little bit of water and we're ready to do the sprinting. So slowly lie down and find your way here. Up we go. Squeezing. And pull your heel towards your buttocks so you get a good grip. And make sure your head is in a good alignment here with your nose pointing down towards the exercise mat. So squeezing, bring it up and slowly down. And it's always a good thing to connect with your pelvic floor, so make that squeeze as you move your leg up. 10 more seconds, so close. Up we go. And so important with that strength training to keep our muscle tissue in the best possible state. You're gonna grab some water and those dumbbells out to the side, and I will stop this one. Yes, here we are. So get a little bit of water, and then we are ready to go with the 30 seconds of the sprint, and we're gonna do some jump lunges. So that's what we're gonna do. 3 rounds with the 30 seconds all on. 2 minutes recovery, just walking around, getting ready for the next one. Jump lunges is going to be the 3 first rounds, and then we're going to move into a full burpee with the push-up, and we're going to do some donkey kick with some plank split hop. So you're not going to need the dumbbells anymore for this session, so just bring them out to the side so you don't get hurt. And we are now going to go for another setup with the time with the 30 seconds and 2 minutes. So if you've been here before, you know what's going to happen, or else you're just going to push yourself the hardest possible doing the jump lunges. If this is too hard for your knees, you can do a little bit more of a narrow jump, or you can just push it back and lifting up here. So this is what we're going to do for 3 rounds, but I still will give you the 2 minutes recovery in between. So that hopefully makes you into thinking, I'm going to push it, because I do know I have 2 minutes before I'm going to do the next one, and only 5 in all, and then we do the stretching. Yes, enough talking. The countdown for 10 seconds, and here we go. Ready for those jump lunges. Make sure that your heel is up so you can push up from the back leg here. So chin is in, and we're gonna go as hard as we can for only 30 seconds. Looking straight to the ground, and bring your arms back, or you can do the modification with the more narrow jumps here if that's better for you, or the lifting up here. And you're just gonna keep going, and you're gonna inhale and you're gonna exhale. We only have 5 seconds left. Push buttocks back. Yes, so now we have 2 minutes to settle in, to recover, to get ready for the next round of those jump lunges. So some people are very good at pushing themselves from the first second, and some people are a little bit more of a slow starter. So what I will advise you to do is, if you're very good at pushing yourself, just hit it off as hard as you can within the first seconds, and you're gonna go with that, and maybe you slow down a little bit at the end of the 30 seconds. It doesn't mean anything, or else you're just gonna try to stay as consistent through the 30 seconds. So what I mean is that sometimes I see in my group classes some people who are very good at getting into that full intensity, just pushing it, and sometimes that can actually be too long with the 30 seconds. So what we don't want to do is lie in the middle, because we want to make sure that we can keep going for the 30 seconds. Much better for you to push it as hard as you can, and maybe 20 seconds in that 30 seconds interval, you need to slow down a little bit. But I promise you, over time, you will be able to push yourself more and more. And then you can, at one point, do it for the full 30 seconds. So try to get out of the comfort zone. Don't worry about you being able to do the full 30 seconds. You're gonna do it as hard as you can for the longest period of time within those 30 seconds. So I hope that makes sense, or else let me know. 15 seconds for the next round of those jump lunges, or do the modification, whatever works for you. So chest is up and pushing off with that back leg here. 4, 3, 2, and go with 30 seconds, knowing that you have those 2 minutes recovery. You're not able to speak like me. I'm guiding you. You're just gonna work it tough as possible. A 10 out of 10 of that intensity scale. You only have 12 seconds left. Bring the arms back, jumping higher, pushing yourself the most you can. 4, 3, 2, and recovery. So it's important that you remember you have your own time frame. You have your own 30 seconds. So you're just gonna smack it from the beginning. And if that 10 out of 10 is not lasting for the full 30 seconds, it's perfectly fine if it lasts for the first, for example, 10 or 15 seconds. And then of course you shouldn't stop, but you should just lower the intensity. So we want to get that kick in with getting into being short of breath, so we can boost that metabolism. So walk it around only for 1 minute and 10 seconds until our third round of our jump lunges, and then we're gonna go in for another exercise for 1 round, and then the fifth and final one for the final round, of course. Yes, 50 seconds. And do remember, only me able to talk, not you. I'm guiding you. If I did this on my own, I would not be able to speak and guide you along the way. 35 seconds. Yes. Slowly getting ready for that next one. Getting easy in our breathing. Again, getting ready. Only 20 seconds. And often we have a mindset work while we're at those 30 seconds. Keep telling yourself that you're doing your best, that you're just exactly doing whatever and it is best for you. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and go. So bring arms up for some extra pushing it. Do remember to keep that alignment with your neck and reaching up, pushing with that back leg. Keep your chest up so they have the ability to get some air into your lungs. 10 more seconds. Final round for the jump lunges. 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we are. Yep, very good. That was 3 out of the 5 in all. The next exercise we're gonna do is gonna be a full burpee, which means we're gonna add a push-up. Now, with that being said, if you feel that the burpee is slowing you down because you need to go down on your knees and it's kind of hard to push yourself up again, you can do the burpee with no push-up, or do it every other time. So what we're gonna do, you still have 1 minute and 20 seconds. We're gonna jump it up, jump into a plank, into a push-up, back up on our feet, and continue. So a modification could be jumping up, jumping out, in with those knees, bring it back again, or you can just do the burpee with no push-up. So what I'm saying in between the lines, it's better for you not to do the push-up. We did some upper body strength, but not doing the push-up, and keep that intensity where you can really feel that you get short of breath. That's what it's all about. Yes, do remember that intensity scale 0 for you to be lying on the couch, and 10 running for your life. So make sure in those 30 seconds you get as close as the 10 as you can. 30 seconds, 1 round with the full burpee or no push-up, all up to you, feel your way. And 20 seconds, and then we have 1 more exercise. So getting ready, getting settled in to do the burpee, and of course your mindset, do some distance between your feet, much easier to go into that squat position before the plank. Let's get ready for 4, 3, 2, and jumping up and in for that push up. It is only 1 round, squeezing, and of course you can do the push up on your knees as just shown, or you can just do it with no push up if that is slowing you down. So feel your way. 10 more seconds. 5, keep going. 4, yes, and back up on our feet. 2 minutes, recovery, and ready for a final sprint, making this number 5, doing the donkey kick to a plank split hop. So you can always choose one of the previous exercise, doing 1 more round of jump lunges if you don't feel like having your head hanging down. So what we're gonna do, you still have 1 minute and 25 seconds. We're gonna go up, we're gonna go for 2, and we're gonna go here. So up, up, and out to the side. So the plank split hop is gonna be on straight arms. Maybe you wanna tuck in your t-shirt so you're not ending up half naked on your floor. And we have 1 minute for that final one. Pushing it the hardest you can. And then we go into the stretching, and you completed a great workout, kicking your metabolism the rest of your day. Still keep, when we get into that shorter breath, you are keep burning calories right after you are having finished your workout. That's a very important thing with that interval training. You keep burning more calories because you boosted your metabolism throughout the day, instead of just being on a treadmill, going for hours and hours, not getting shorter breath. Then the burning phase is just almost stopping as you step down from the treadmill. 14 seconds. So long story short, we are gonna go in for that getting shorter breath with those intervals. Yes, tuck in your t-shirt, let's get ready. Weight up on our arms, 2 and 1. Lifting up for 2 and bring it out to the side. Squeezing. Engaging core, lifting up. Inhale and exhale. Yes. Keep going, you know this is your final one. Weight on your arms, inhale, exhale, 3, 2, and 1, yes. Beautiful. Stopping this one, get water. So that was the final sprint for today's session. Well-deserved water. And hopefully you feel great now. So let's start it out by hands on our thighs here and push ourselves back. Chin is in, leaning back with a little bit of a distance between your feet, looking up towards the ceiling. And chin in, and we're gonna go for the opposite way. Yep, leaning forward. Try to keep your knees straight, not locked and hyperextension, but just into that straight position, leaning forward, letting go in your shoulder area, and just a little tightness in your core. Feel a nice good stretch in your hamstring, lower back glute muscle. Chin is in and all the way up. Pushing arms forward, lowering your shoulders, and reaching up. Inhaling nice new energy in. Bring arms up to a straight position. Now go from side to side. Get a good, nice side bend here. Feel the stretch around your armpit. Chin is in. A little bit of engagement in your core. And not to keep this session too long, because I know you might be busy out there. You can always add some extra stretching in. You can find different kind of stretching here on my channel. Go in for some rotation. So this is where you have a warm spine. Then you can go into some extra rotation, get into that mobility. Pushing it back and try to let your head follow along so you get a good, nice mobilization all the way through in your spine, lower back midsection and neck area. And opening up here. Yes. So you can always add some of your favorite exercise. We now just did a little bit of a stretching. And thank you for joining me. I hope you liked the session. I hope you like the different setup with the strings before the sprint. And you can always put a comment below. Hit a like and share with somebody you love, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, because it's all for free. So thank you once again. Thank you for joining me here on Workout by AC.